All right. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am very excited for today. I have my very special friend here, my very special guest, Marc Anthony Romero, who is going to show us how he does those fantastically incredible full bleed templates, even into the rings of products. So I am very, very excited.
Give me a second.
How are you, Marc?
Let me get my music. I'm mute. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect. I'll have some feedback. Sorry for that. Hey guys, my name is Marc Anthony. I'm from Brooklyn, but live in Tampa. This is my trademark. Love it. I'm from SubliBlog. I like to do. Sprite call me as the template genius. It's not that. I like to create a little bit things so it could be easier. I like to do full wrap something. And today we're gonna do a few full wraps on the TUM 215 and the TUM 213. Okay. So we're gonna go step by step. We're gonna do in Corel. I'm gonna show you how to do in Corel. Then after we do in Corel, we're gonna go to my table and we're gonna cut it and we're gonna put it in our the two TUM 215 and 213. We're gonna put in the oven and we're gonna unwrap it in front of you. If there's any mistakes, we cannot use liquid paper, okay? But we're gonna try to do the best. Comment in the bottom, a question in the bottom. We're gonna put our email there. So I think the first thing you will need is one of each. The 213, the 213 and the 215 mugs, okay? It's tricky, but it's fun to do it. I had done it a couple times and I love to do them, okay? Here we go. So that's the first thing you will need. Then you will need the SF79, two of these, okay? You will need some of the orange tape. I don't know how Sprite call it. I call it the orange tape. You will need an X-Acto and a ruler. And the best of all, you will need a lot of patience. So, Sprite, any questions?
No, not so much. Not so far. Everybody's saying hello. They're excited to learn some new stuff. You've got quite a few people watching you, Marc, with your nice little fan club. So
nice. Hi there, everybody. I see Jerry. I see a couple of guys out there. I did spoke to Jerry. Hi, Jerry. We spoke on the phone. So the first thing we want to do, Sprite, I don't know you're ready. I'm ready. I got my Corel Draw. I'm gonna switch to my Corel Draw camera, and then I'll be in the corner. If you got any question while I explain it, go ahead, interrupt me. I'm gonna try to do step by step the way I do it, but it always some question that especially you will have, and just hit me up with those questions, okay? Yes, so let's start with the. Let me add Corel Draw to my screen, okay? Here we go. Okay, normally I use Corel Draw 2020, but for some reason I had to upgrade. So now I'm using 2021. Okay, so this is how we're gonna first start with the TUM 215. Okay, you're gonna see that the template is different. Okay, guys, I'm gonna tell you why. And this is something that I was talking to Sprite about it, that what I do once I see a new product, I bring the template to life, and I'm gonna show you the difference on template. Okay, I'm gonna get the original TUN 215. Okay, so you can see the difference and how and this template, I'm gonna be sending this template to Sprite, and she will have them in the website. So like that, you could download them. Okay, this is the original TUN 215. I'm gonna copy this and gonna bring it to mine. See, it's not that much different on this one because this one fit, because this one doesn't have that rigid in the bottom. So this one didn't that much of improvement. Okay. So once you get there, you're gonna bring your artwork. Let me import my artwork. This is on the 215. You will not see on screen what I'm doing for a couple reasons. So I'm gonna bring that artwork to my attention right here. 215. Okay, this is my art. Oops, not that solid one, Mark. Okay, 215. Okay, this is my artwork that we're gonna put inside that. If you see, the artwork already have the shape of the template because it's easier like that because it already curved and everything. You don't gotta mess around with it in Corel Draw. I use an online service to do it, and I'm not gonna give a shout out yet. You could write to me on my email, markgraphic@gmail.com. Okay, we're gonna put it inside of the template. You see the outline? The red outline, that's the template. Normally I go in here in Corel Draw, and then what I do, I adjust it between the blue lines, okay? Want to have a little bit of gap. That's, you see how it goes inside the template? When you hit finish, that's your artwork. To do that to the TU215. My suggestion, this outline, make sure you get rid of it because you don't want it to be like in the way, okay? Okay, so normally I do it, I take it out right here and you're ready to print. I use a SG500, it's a Sawgraph 500. That's I'm loyal to Sawgraphs. I don't know why. Don't ask me. For 20 years, I've been loyal to them. So you're ready to print, okay? We're gonna print this, and we're gonna go later on to the table. I know it's probably want me to go do the whole 215 first, then we do the whole 213 first. It's up to her, okay? She's the director. I'm Denzel Washington, okay?
You can do. Let's just go ahead and do the whole time 213.
It's the 215. Okay, let's do the 215.
Yes, the 215. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so I'm gonna print this on my Sawgraphs. I normally use a 8.5 by 11 because it will fit in an 8.5 by 11. You can see it right here in the screen. So you don't need to go to a larger paper. Okay. Make sure when you get the print manager, you use the give me a second. Let me show you right here, right now, the print manager. Okay. It's not coming up in my screen, so I don't know for some reason. Oh, remember on this one you got to use setting. You want to do it like that because the ink is different than the polyester and everything. Trust me, I had done tests on it. Okay, so let me print that, and I'm gonna switch the camera to the desk. You could see the process of you can hear the printer in the back. Okay, that's me. You don't want to see me again. That's the desktop, and I'm gonna put the one in the side. I'm gonna be off camera. Okay, I'll be off camera. 1 and 2. Perfect. There we go. So we hit the desk. As the 15. You want to treat the artwork. I mean, you have white space. So just, I mean, I know a lot of you guys are scared of X-Acto. Just be careful. Okay. We're gonna trim the corner. What I do normally, I trim the first. Be careful with your fingers. You see? You see the edges? Okay. Do the same in this side. Okay. Then on this one, you could use it's curved, so you wanna take your chances and do it like I do it for the past 25 years. Then I just cut it around here. Okay. Don't ask me how I do it. Okay. Perfect cut, huh? No wonder my mom didn't give me a knife when I was in Brooklyn. Okay. Perfect cut. Just curve it. Perfect. Here you go, your artwork. Okay. That's the easy part. Make sure you take off the cover before you put in the oven. I'm gonna use the oven, my conventional oven for my kitchen that I don't use for food. Okay. So the first thing first, you wanna make sure that the bottom, I don't know if you can see it there yet. You want to put it there in the bottom like this. Remember, you don't worry about the top, because when you put the cover, it goes a little bit in. So if you're gonna have any imperfection, make sure it's in the top, not in the bottom, because the cover, this will cover any imperfection in the top. So I worry about the bottom. I hope the camera's taking me. We good so far? Perfect. You see, I didn't give that much space here. Okay, you see, just overlap it. Okay, so you wanna make sure the bottom is good. The first thing you wanna put is a piece of tape in the middle. Okay, that's good enough. So you wanna see, look in the bottom, it's perfect. You see inside, it's gonna go above the top of the mug. So put a piece of tape here, okay? And then another piece of tape in this corner, okay? So you wanna feel so that you don't have no, like, I don't call bubble, to make sure that the paper is touching the surface all the time, okay? So this is the part I like about Sprite. You wanna put it up and down here. Okay, sorry for any noise. I mean, I'm in my little office and I got 3 cell phones and everybody trying to call me at this time.
Everybody, they all want to call when you're live, always.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All morning nobody called me. So you wanna put the tape. See it right here? Nice and neat. And you can feel that it's touching the mug, the tumbler, okay? Now, remember the SF79. This is I call it the white dress. You want to dress it up. Leave a light in the top, and you wanna get your heat gun. You wanna get the heat gun. I use a Warner. This is one of the best you could use. It's plastic. To the touch, it don't get hot. So normally I put it at 670, 680. Okay. And you wanna shrink wrap it in the bottom first. Be careful, it get hot. You don't want to have barbecue fingers. You don't gotta have a perfect shrimp wrap, because remember, this goes to the oven. And right now you see how it's thick. And when you put in the oven, real important, guys, make sure you put it upside down. Don't put it like that, because upside down, the heat will come from the bottom. So it will heat from bottom up. Okay. So right here, we got the TUM215 ready for the oven. Okay. So now we're going to switch. I know if Sprite want to do something different, but I want to switch and do the 213 so that we could put them at the same time in the oven, because it's the same settings of temperature. I use 375, okay, and I do 6 minutes. I'll do 7 minutes this time. Okay, so when we bring it to the table, they're gonna be hot, and we're gonna undress it here. Okay, so I'm gonna switch back to the Corel Draw so we could do the 213. Any questions, Sprite?
Can you give me your email address again if people want to email you for templates?
Marc Graphic, Marc Graphic, M-A-R-C, Graphic, Graphics in Charlie at gmail.com. That's my public one.
Okay,
Not for my company, but so okay, guys. So let me switch back. Let me switch back to my, and let me put Corel Draw back in our screen. Perfect. Corel Draw it's not up. It will be up. There we go. You gotta excuse my mistake. This is my first live ever. And Sprite took me to it, and I said, okay, let's do it. So you got to bear with me if I do any mistakes. Okay, guys? Okay, so are we ready now to the TUM 213, okay? It's this one. I got it in green so that I could know the difference, okay? Now, this, I did some adjustment because I'm going to bring the original TUM 213 from Candy. And there's a big difference. Okay. Oh, wow. What a difference. Can you see the difference, guys? Well, you could hear me, but you cannot talk. So this is Candy original template. You see the difference? I stretch it up because this is a full wrap. This bottom part, this is the part where you see those these right here. So this bottom part down here, this green part is this area right here. Okay, sorry, right here. So we're gonna work on it. I forgot to tell you, for this one, for the TU13, you will need some silicone rubber bands that you're gonna see the table when we switch to the table. Okay, because I'm gonna show you why. And trust me, I give a shout out to that girl that she recommended me the silicone rubbers. Okay, so now they're already emailing me for the template. Okay, so let's get rid of the Candy old template. This new template is, I'm gonna send it to Sprite between today and tomorrow, and she will have like I told her, she could upload it as the full wrap template for the 213. So like that, if you want to use the shorter version just to do the top one, you could do it, or you could do the full wrap. Okay, so first things first, let me get my artwork for this one. Okay, and you got to print it on a legal side. There's no way out. You got to do it on the legal side, because you see, this one will not fit on a 8.5 by 11, but the artwork is 11.625. So you're gonna do it on a legal size page. Okay, same process. You print it on your sublimation printer. Make sure if you're using the Subgraph print manager, you select the tumbler, stainless steel tumbler. Okay, let me print this, and we're gonna go to the table again. This one is a little bit trickier because we're gonna use silicone rubbers. Okay. Okay, legal size, perfect. Landscape, perfect. There we go, print. Okay, so it's printing. Yep, that sounds mean that's printing. Now we're gonna go to the table. Okay, you see I got my silicone rubbers here. Okay, same exacto and everything, and we are ready to get that printout out of the printer. And I'm gonna switch a camera here. Number one's gonna be non-numbered. There we go. Perfect. So these, the good part about this rubber, you can put them in the oven. They will not melt. Okay. But these ones are been in the oven before. And you see, you could reuse them. Okay. On this one, you will need our SF79 too. Okay. And this one, remember, you got to put the rubber band before the shrimp wrap. I got everything ready. Sprint this a little bit. Slow. Any questions so far, Sprite? Or anybody got a question in the chat?
Yeah, where'd you get the silicone rubber from?
Amazon. 98% of all my stuff is from Amazon. I don't go out to stores, and they cheap. I think it was $2.99 for a big pack. So I'll show you. Well, I didn't got right here. You see, there are number 18. Make sure it's number 18 because anything less than that they will break. It's the 18 100 pack for $3.99. I think it was. So here's the. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up. There you go. Look for it. It's called Banjos. So Google it up in Amazon and you get it from them. Okay, here we got the artwork, guys. Love it. I love those colors. Love those colors. Look at those colors. Okay. Okay, now, same process. Wash your fingers. They don't grow back. Trust me. Okay, you trim the corners just like the other one. And then you trim the side of it just the same way. I do it for the past 30-something years. Okay. Practice makes perfection, guys. The first one, you're going to mess it up. Maybe the second one, you will get it. I didn't mention that, especially on this mug, on the 213, I suggest you don't put a solid background because remember, you got this, and sometimes it will go through, but then sometimes you're going to have a little bit of gap between colors. So with this background, you're going to see the difference, okay? So same process. Normally, I wipe it off because sometimes you put your fingerprints on it. Okay, you want to wipe it off. Remember, you got a little bit of oil in your hands. Natural. Same thing, okay? Make sure in the bottom, you get the bottom first. I was talking to Sprite on this. I think I used the wrong template or something. No, I didn't, Mark. You're good. Mm-hmm. On this, especially on this mug, the Sprite was telling me that the middle section is wider, right? You told me something like that, Sprite?
Yes, that's what makes this mug so difficult to do a full wraparound on.
But don't worry, I got an agenda. I'm gonna master it. I don't care how long it will take me. Trust me, because I want to do a solid full wrap on this mug. I mean, I'm not gonna give up on it. Remember, you don't worry about the top. Sometimes you see, because remember, once you put the cover, some of that gap that you're gonna see of the boo-boos, they're not gonna show. Okay. Now, this is the tricky part. You see it here. You see how right here it's already stuck to the mug, but here it's going to be a little tricky. But what you do, you want to squeeze it, okay, and make sure you put a good piece of tape. You see, but don't worry about it. Okay, now with your fingernail, you want to do this so that you know where it start and where it finish. Okay, so you want to put the first silicone rubber on that first one. Make sure you put it double like this. Okay. Because what you're doing, you're putting pressure to the paper so they could make contact with those channels, with those canals. I don't know how they call them. How you call that, Sprite? Those lines in that.
I guess ridges. We just call them rings, but I guess they'd be ridges.
Okay. Okay, so let's use that word, ridges. So you wanna make sure you put one silicone rubber in each one, because you want that paper to. I'm gonna tell you a surprise about sublimation, and people don't know this. Even though it's not touching 100%, that ink, when the heat heat it up. Remember, this creates a gas, so it will stick to the surface. I did a boo-boo the other day. I took something out of the press and I put in top of another item. It went through. I mean, I was in shock. Okay, even my shirt, inside my shirt, it happens to me, you know. So you gotta be careful when you're working with sublimation in any surface, because that ink will keep on cooking until it cools. Okay, you want to put it double. I don't care you put 100 of these, okay, but then you want to make sure they right there in the ridges and the channels or the rings. La sortija en español, you know. So, see now, you see how it's pressing the paper to the mug. This one is a little bit. It takes more time than the other one. The other one is easy. I could do 100 of those in an hour. And I'm suggesting don't give away your work. This takes time, so make sure you put a good price on these items. Okay. You go to my website, you see how much I sell them, and people buy them. You know, it's just there's a customer for every item that you make. Don't worry about it.
How much do you sell them for, Mark?
These?
Yeah.
40 done. I'm not gonna lie to you. These mugs, I sell them between $25 and $29.99, and it got pictures. They could go up to $35, and people buy them. I had customers that they buy me 3 and 4. I want it. I've never seen something like that. You know, there's a lot of people out there that they don't know all the stuff you could do in a tumbler. So when you create something unique, people will buy it. Just make sure. I mean, you're gonna see the diff once we finish this. I mean, when I gave this to the customer last time, to the wife, I did her first. I mean, she said, "What? How the hell you did that?" Well, that's the difference. You cannot buy this in Walgreens. You know, and I don't know how they call this. This is craftsmanship. That's the correct word, Sprite.
That is
in Spanish. It's artesanía. I mean, this is everything that you with your hand. This craftsmanship. So make sure you put a good price on it, because it's time. So then you got the last one here, the bottom one. You see, this is the last one right here. So you want to put one there too. And I'm going to show you how that paper, you see the paper, how it's already stuck to the, you see it? See it now? Remember how it was like, and you know what, Sprite? And I'm going to do this now for the first time. I'm going to put one in the middle. Okay? I'm just going to put one in the middle. That's the one that gives you that hard time. And one in the top. This is the first time I'm doing this, guy. So let's cross our finger. Make sure it comes out nice and neat. Okay, perfect. See? So what it does when you put the SF79, the plastic is and the rubber and the silicone rubber band, whatever you call them, they're not rubber, they're silicone bands. It's gonna help. It's gonna help put more pressure to the artwork so it could. Are you ready, guys? Let's see. On this one, I'm gonna do the same. 680. Okay. See me here? Okay, you see. It's hot. You see the rings, how give it a little bit more tightness to the, like the other one. Make sure you put it upside down in the oven like that. I use my regular oven. I mean, you could use I know that Sprite got that conventional oven in the office, but the good part about the my kitchen oven that I don't use for food, I don't got to turn it around. It's so big. Right now it's at 375, so I'm gonna do 7 minutes. I'm gonna put them at the same time at 375 for 6 minutes. Then I come back while we do that, and we're gonna answer some question. Probably Sprite got some question for me. Okay, so I'm gonna step out of the camera for a second. Okay, Sprite, and I'll be back in less than a minute because my kitchen is right here next to me. Okay.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you, Mark. Okay, so while Mark is in the kitchen, I wanted to show you guys a couple of things. First off, I want you, everybody, there's two things that Mark said. One is he is doing this in his kitchen oven that he does not use for cooking. So remember that. Never use your oven for cooking that you use for sublimation. And then the second one was he kept the image, hold on a second, Evelyn. He kept the image with a white background because I did a TUM 213 full bleed. It was a while ago, and we did it black so you could see all of the white spaces. And, well, that's not the right camera, is it? And there was a lot of white behind it. Evelyn, this is the textured MDF material. So, am I quiet? Bo said I'm quiet. I can't turn myself up, Bo. I'm sorry. Okay, so what I wanted to show you guys was, let's see if I can get to it. I just wanted to show you all really quick how I find the curve of, so, and Mark, you kept, my templates are not very good. I mean, they've gotten better because I've kind of learned how to do it, but the way I find the angle, and Mark, you and I talked about this a little bit. I have my ruler, this is my fabric ruler here, and I'll take a measurement of the top. So this one is 10.5. I'll take a measurement of the bottom. This one is about 8.25, and I'll write it down. 10.5 by 8.25. So 8.25 is my bottom, 10.5 is my top. And then what I do, and this is silly, but this is what I was taught, is I will take it and I will find the curve of the template by just moving it back and forth. And I don't know if you can't really see it, but there is my curve, right? And so what I'll do, and you can't see it because I'm using a pencil, I should have used a Sharpie. So I've got a nice little curve there, and then I just scan it in, and I know my curve. I know how tall my mug is. My mug is 6 inches tall. And then I can go into Corel, and I can kind of create, the template from that. And I can show you guys kind of how I do that too, if I can get Corel to work. Let's see. And the way I was taught to do this is to do it like a clock. That's kind of how I do it in my brain. Oh, thank you.
That's nice.
Ooh, nice catch for me. Okay, so I have a nice fat marker now, so you can kind of see my curve, right? So then I would scan it in, and now I know the arc of my curve. Okay, so let's go here. Let me show you guys really quick. Whoop. And I do use Corel, and I do use Windows. I know a lot of you guys are Mac users, and I apologize. So let's say I have this. Let's say I have this curve, right? Well, that's not a curve, is it? And that's not a curve either.
It's a line.
No, it's not a curve. So let's say I just have this random curve. Let me just do a pin, okay? And that's kind of, it doesn't look anything like that. I want to match my circle to my curve. So I'm just going to make the circle as big as I need to and kind of match the curve there. And then I'm going to duplicate this. and make it smaller. I'll measure my space between these two to make sure that's as tall as the mug, and then I'll measure the space from the edge. So let's say what was it, 10 and a half? So
yes, 10.
So I would go 5 1/4 there, and 5 1/4 on that side. I would draw two. Oh, I didn't. I would start here. I'd find my midpoint, draw a line, duplicate it. My duplication's set wrong, and then flip it. This is a lot to go through kind of in a live. I'm going to have to do a video. I've already told somebody I'd have to do a video. And so this area right here is my template. So then I can go in here with my Bezier tool, and I can go I missed it, but, and then I can curve it and shape it to match the template. And, you know, I know it's not the most scientific method, but I was not a good math person, so I was not good at math. I was good at English, and so basically that's my template. So
nice.
That's my trick. that's what I got.
And you don't go that far, Sprite. Over the weekend on Saturday, I spent almost 12 hours looking at that T213, the 213, because I wanted to find that middle section. But after I spoke to you, that you told me that that's a little bit more. So I'm gonna go back to the drawing board. I'm gonna go back to Corel, and I'm gonna find the solution for it. Trust me. I promise by the end of the month, we're gonna have that template perfect that you could gonna put that outward. You're not gonna have that gap between the top and the bottom, because the problem is in the middle.
Yeah.
Because once you master the bottom and master the top, on the middle you're gonna have like it's gonna be, I don't know. And I'm like,
well, when you have a 3-dimensional product and you have a 2-dimensional piece of paper, you can curve the paper one way, but you can't curve the paper 2 ways unless you were to start cutting slits in it, which I've seen. Yes, just like that. Yes, perfect.
But I was on Saturday. You see the line. So what I did, I did strips of paper, and then I put it in the tumbler just to see the curve in the middle. So now I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna get it to the computer, because this is the exact tumbler and paper. Now I'm gonna put it in the computer. Then I'm gonna work with it. But that's gonna be on Saturday, because tonight is Cinco de Mayo. It's tequila night. I'm not gonna do it today. I gotta go to Miami tomorrow. So on the weekend, I'm gonna master that T113. I don't know how long it's been. The oven will sound in a few minutes, and we're gonna bring it to the table. Guys, be careful when you bring these mugs, tumblers out of the oven. They metal, and they are hot, and they will stick to your fingers. Trust me, I have been burned for the past 3 times I had done it. So what I do, I use a wooden stick, one of those Chinese sticks. I pick them up like that, bring them here with glove, and then we're gonna unwrap it, and we're gonna make sure we got 99%. There we go, the oven. I'll be back.
All right. Evelyn asked if there was a cone feature in Corel that I can use to make the template. This is where my horrible math skills come in. I've seen how you do that, but I can't wrap my brain around how to do that. So, and I've never had it work correctly. Miriam, I'm glad you can use Illustrator. I know all of these programs are kind of the same, kind of. Let's watch Mark.
There you go, guys.
Drop it.
Oh, sorry, guys. Woohoo! They hot. Let me change camera real quick, so we could go to the table. There we go. That's the table. And I want this one to be number 1. Okay, perfect. And we're gonna do split. There we go. Woohoo! I love it. Sprite, I'm not gonna lie to you. For me, this is the best thing you could do in life. Do something and make sure it's perfect. Now,
I agree.
I got a tool. This is a tool that normally used to take out paper clip. I like to use it because I mean, sometimes you wanna, it's hot. When you do it like this, like an orange, you could go keep on going up. You see it? See it, guys?
That's my
This is
favorite
the correct.
part.
Yeah, this you see it? No ifs, buts, and ands. Now, careful, it's hot. Oh, I love it. Sorry, Sprite, for my emotion. Look at that, guys. Look at it. This is the TUM 215. Okay. See how beautiful? Don't put the cover yet because it's still hot. That's plastic, and trust me, it will melt. Okay. You see how beautiful it is? You see in this camera? You see it? See those colors? What, you're gonna love that one. Okay. Now here comes the big bad boy, the 213. This is already getting cold. My apartment is at 60 degrees, so this thing will get cold real fast.
You should take it outside.
My apartment, it's got to be like that because I got so much equipment and all these lights. So
What's the temperature right now in Orlando or in Tampa? Excuse me.
no, I'm in Tampa. I'm in Tampa. I think it was 91 degrees when I was outside. So I was in Clearwater earlier this morning. It was beautiful, the beach and everything.
Hey, what are you using to pull the shrink wrap off?
This is one of those paperclip thing that you take a paperclip off.
That's genius.
Trust me, I look at it and it works because I mean I didn't want it to get burned all the time. You see?
I should take note, huh?
Well, $1.99 in Amazon or in what's the other place, Office Max or I even use it for, especially for the mug that, you know, they hot. And the good part is plastic, so you're not gonna damage it. I like to look for ways to make my life easier. Some of your silicone rubber, they're gonna break, but don't worry, they're so cheap that you just buy a couple. Okay. Oh, I love it. It's already cold. It's already. Perfect, guys. This is a perfect one too. It's already cold. Wow, look at that. Remember what I was telling you about the colors? That's why I use white. You see it right here? You see it? But it doesn't matter because it look part of the design. You see inside the channels of those ring, you see how it went? It went through. It did touch the metal. You see it, the tumbler? So look how beautiful. Now you put the cover. No, that's not it, Mark. From that one, this is this one. Look, you got a masterpiece here. I'm gonna work on it on the middle one. You see, the rubber did a lot of difference. You see it right here, just in the bottom. But do you notice that in this side, I use a lighter color than here? That's the only reason I use a lighter color in the bottom. So like that, if you get any imperfection, you see it, you will not notice it because it will look part of the design. Just in the top, you see it right here? Okay. I need a little bit more pressure on this side, but I'm not worried about it right now. So, wow. Two perfect. Screw it. Thank you. Sorry for that word. So let me go back to my front camera. I love that. Any questions, Brian? Any question? I'm here. I lost Sprite. Sprite.
I have my mic.
I don't see you. Oh, okay, yeah, I got you.
I'm just gonna start making mugs that say you're muted. That looks beautiful. That looks fantastic.
I mean, guys, I mean, you could sell a lot of these. People like the special people that drink, because I mean, if you notice, I put brandy cocktail drink, and they love it. And this is after I did the first one, people have seen it and say, "Who did that?" And she will give them a number, and people will call me, and they want it, you know. And it's just word of mouth. I mean, that's the way you make business, word of mouth, and make sure you give them the best what they want. If my email, I did wrote my email there, markgraphic@gmail.com. You got any question? If you want to know about how you do the artwork with the name like that, let me know. I'll show you the process. You can even call me like Jerry did. Jerry called me and we spent an hour on the phone talking and explaining a couple of things. I did send him a couple of the shrink wrap for the mugs. I don't mind sending them to you. Sometimes, I mean, it's if you cover the shipping and handling, I'll give it for you for free. I mean, that's me, okay? So, Sprite, question.
Okay, I do have some questions. So, well, and I don't know if these are for you or kind of for me. So Evelyn has a couple of questions. She asked if you can cool the mugs down in the water after you take the wrap off. And
No,
yeah,
no.
Yeah, no, I would not recommend doing that at all, because the coating is fragile and it will shock and it'll crack and that won't be good.
It did happen to me at the beginning of my years doing sublimation. When I was doing like 300 mugs a week, my girls in the production department, they had a basket of water, cold water. They were just dumping in there, and they were just, you could hear the crack. Yeah. You will not see it, but you will hear it. And then the problem was you give it to somebody, they're putting hot coffee, it's gonna break.
And that
so
goes,
no.
Yeah, that goes for the ceramic and the metal, because what's going to happen with the metal is it's double walled, and those walls are going to separate, and you're going to end up getting water in between the walls. So I would definitely not do that. And then her other question was, what causes the paper to stick on some tumblers? And I would have to say it's probably overcooking or a heat spot. Anytime I've ever had that happen, I've had like a hot spot in the oven. Or go ahead, Mark, what you got?
It happens to me. It did happen to me with the skinny tumbler. My first skinny tumbler, I put in the oven, and when I took it out, it was thick. I said, "What happened here?" And then I realized I was making a mistake. The first mistake, especially like me, that my apartment is at 60 degrees all the time. So remember, if the tumbler is metal, it's gonna be cold. So you're gonna if you're gonna wrap it and you're gonna put it in the oven, so you bringing something from cold to hot. So what I did on my second one, instead of giving it 6 minutes, I raised the temperature to 375 and gave it 7 minutes, and voila. Remember, it will take a while for that tumbler to heat up because it's already cold. And so my suggestion is give it a minute more, and raise the temperature to 375 instead of 370.
Fantastic. And so Miriam said, so the trick on that ring-based tumbler is to use a distressed-looking design.
Yes, for now until I master it. Once I master it, we could do a new live, and we could and we could give it to the solution for everybody. For now, just use something like this, and people are gonna love it. I mean, I like it the way it looks, you know, because people are gonna be drinking on it. So nobody's gonna say, "Oh, you got a blemish there." No, I mean, the thing is, the good trick about it, like I tell people, nobody gonna take your drink because they got your name. Go ahead. What's the other question?
Okay. I see one on YouTube, and I was actually going to ask you this. So one of the things that I noticed that you did not do was you didn't warp your text to fit the template curve. That's just not something.
Because I use a program online. If you see the mug, you see, you see they straight. Because remember what I do, and I'm going to switch to Corel Draw on my second camera. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I do before I export this the design. So what I do, I paint this as green, and then I export it as a PNG. Then I bring it to the website where I do those artwork. It's called wordart.com. And then any shape that you put up there, the text gonna take that shape. So if you do a round one, like I did one, the text is gonna go round. So it's worth it. You pay something for it. What I do, I pay a year subscription, and I could do everything I want. It's high definition, and you could do anything on it. And I suggest that you people try it. It's called wordart.com. Word, that's in word, and art.com. You're gonna love it, and you could do free ones, and then you could download them in high definition.
Yeah, that's great. And those little posts with all the names are very, very popular right now.
Yeah, look at it. It's wonderful. You don't gotta worry about curving artwork. I could do it because I'm a Corridor expert. Been using Corridor since 1993, but it takes time. So if you got a program that could do it online, do it and move on. Charge the customer the $5 extra.
Exactly.
Whatever.
I think that's it. Miriam loves all your Quixote artwork.
Thank you. Thank you.
And yeah, I think that's it, Mark. I want to thank you. And this will not be our last live together. I can guarantee you that. I think on the next one we'll rip the metal off and curve it.
No, I'm working on it. I just need another Saturday by myself in my apartment and some live music, some good music, some jazz, and I'm gonna master this by the end of this month. It will not be this weekend because this weekend is Mother's Day, and I got 4 sisters. My mother has passed away, but my ex-wife is the mother of my 4 kids. So sometimes you gotta say at least, "Hi, how you doing?" But we're gonna work on it, and maybe, like I told you yesterday, if you got a new product and I could do the template, I'm willing to work with you guys so we can help order your customers, all these people that want to get into this and they don't understand, especially this part of curving and doing template, how I do it, and everything. So I'm here for you guys. You got my email. Send me any email, and Sprite, I bet you by Monday, this template, the 213, I'm gonna have it ready for you on your email so you could post it and people could start using it. Okay.
Well,
Because
fantastic.
it's easier for me. They could download it from your website than me sending them out as an email. Sometimes I'm busy. So I'll do that this weekend and you will have it by Monday. Okay.
Fantastic. I love it. All right. I want to thank everybody. Thank you, Mark. You did fantastic. It was great. I'm envious of your setup.
I love it.
Love it. All right, guys. I'm going to see y'all on Friday. We have new products. I'm going live. With that, thank you all.